Hello family, it's me again. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying the start of your new week. I hope everything's going to your favour and I hope it's full of joy. So here I am again with another one of my musings, something that I've experienced, something that's come to my consciousness and taught me a lesson or two. Some good, some bad, but I'm here to impart it on you. I hope it's of use to you. If it is, please like, please share, and of course subscribe so that we can create a larger family on this platform. So today's musing is about balancing your emotions. So balancing your emotions is key to everything. It's key to attaining everything you want in this world. And this is coming from someone that knows it firsthand. For a long time, I'd allowed my emotions to dictate the trajectory of my day, my week, or even my life, to be quite frank. I'd set myself a massive goal or a really productive day or week ahead, and would be so easily thrown off course because something's transpired that's really upset me, or something that someone said that's just annoyed me, that's just left me in bewilderment, which often had me in my head for hours or even days trying to work out why somebody had done or said something, or why something had played out in a particular way. If we're not paying attention, we can easily be distracted by our emotions and stay in our feelings for probably longer than we should. For me, I'm so grateful that I've actually become familiar with this trait. I'm not going to label it negative or positive. I'm just going to acknowledge that it exists and that I don't particularly like how it can snowball into a larger problem. I mean, obviously, labeling something good, bad, or negative, positive, will evoke certain emotions within you or feelings. Therefore, to call something negative or positive is something you don't really want to encourage, I guess. So if you don't label it, you'll deal with the problem at hand without attaching an emotion to it. As we already know, emotions are the biggest decider for manifestation. So if you put emotions and feelings into something, good or bad, it will tend to manifest. So therefore, I'm currently trying to do certain practices so that I can combat this thing. Saying that though, it doesn't always work. I mean, for me, I'm inspired to talk about this subject today because of an outburst I had yesterday as a result of some unresolved emotions that I'd been trying to avoid or contain so that I'd avert an explosion. I suspected if I really looked at the problem and really allowed myself to feel all the emotions behind what had transpired, it just wouldn't have been pretty. And of course, ain't nobody trying to create negative karma for themselves. But how much do you allow to go unsaid or unspoken when you're on a spiritual journey? When you know what you're trying to aspire to, who you're trying to be, you've conversed with your higher self, and your higher self has giving you the stance that, you should forgive and let go. How much do you let just go? How much should you allow? Listen, I'm no martyr. Well, not anymore anyway. I tried all that, putting other people's feelings before my own. And by just going against how you truly feel and how you really want to react to certain revelations or behaviours, to go against how you truly feel is also self-deceit as far as I'm concerned. So therefore can't, in my opinion, be a self-love in action. When I was really true to myself, by allowing myself to delay my emotions and not feel how I truly wanted to feel and all the emotions behind it, I had allowed it to take more time than it was really needed. I allowed it to have longer in my head, and it's distracted me from reaching my larger goals. But saying that though, this viewpoint could be seen from two perspectives. One can argue that the fact that it wasn't being dealt with on an emotional level meant it would need to be addressed in the present and not suppressed so that it could resurface at a later stage. Therefore, it serves a purpose in the present. And the larger goals that you may have to put off could be, possibly put on the back burner for a while. In fact, to keep going after a major trauma could be just the shock reaction or a way to just escape from emotions that you're not ready to face yet. Now, once you realise you haven't fully integrated a situation and that there are some emotions that you haven't allowed to come up to the surface, I beg you, please let it do so. Because unfortunately, it will do so on its own accord, whether you expect it or not. And that's what happened to me, of course. You'll get triggered by either the person that fucked you over or by any situation that resembles your situation. You can be triggered by almost anything. But awareness is the key. Awareness, awareness, awareness. When you have to allow the pain so that you're on top of the emotions that you're feeling, be it anger, sadness, allow yourself to be angry, allow yourself to be sad. Get it all out. It's better out than in. I'm not even going to suggest things like writing a letter to the person and then burning it and not sending it and burning it or anything like that. Sorry, just my sense of humour, of course. You have to let it out so that it doesn't rule you and becomes your master and you become the slave of it. Afraid, waiting for it to, when you're the slave, you're afraid of it and almost can't relax because you're in contemplation that it might happen or it might surface unexpectedly. If you allow it to come to the surface, you'll feel like you're being true to your feelings. You'll create more balance in your world than if you allowed it to lay suppressed like a ticking time bomb. Plus, you'll have the awareness as to how to balance your emotions more easily in the future. Nothing will be unsurmountable. But, on the larger scale of things, I've realised that the particular dramas that we go through are mainly a result of us allowing emotions that we should have probably healed a long time ago, even as far back as childhood, to go unnoticed or unchecked. And they'll fester until something really drastic comes along and shakes up our world. It will eventually become a driver for our growth and an opportunity to heal parts of ourselves once and for all. I've realised in my newfound reality how simple life actually is. And I really mean it. It's us as individuals, I suppose, and our emotions that complicate things. Once we have the ability to create that balance in our lives and can balance our emotions to the point that we can take ourselves out of any present situation. In other words, free yourself from the constraints of ourselves. We'll be able to face any unhealed emotions that trigger us to relive past energies over and over again. I know it's easier said than done. But we'll know that the situation has presented itself once again for us to finally deal with it once and for all. And of course, it's occurring to give us the opportunity to possibly do something different. Maybe not react in the same way, react from a different point of growth. And when you can do that, you have, my friends, healed and balanced your emotions. Possibly for good, but if it happens again, it doesn't matter. It's a fantastic ideology. It isn't going to happen overnight. I know that. Because unfortunately, you might not know this, but situations don't disappear from our lives until we've finally learnt the lesson, integrated it, and are freed from any emotions or triggers from it. Anything that's attributed to it. So we are going to have to go over it more than once to really get a handle on it and realise it's part of a process, and to actually consciously acknowledge that it's part of the process to heal that particular issue once and for all. I mean, when I feel these emotions coming up, I tend to go into contemplation and question and ask my higher self why it's happening, what is the lesson behind it. And obviously, with the asking, this is where you actually can get results, and you'll reveal eventually the answer to the questioning. Or maybe you might be finally ready to accept something that you've probably looked away from for a long time. A great place to go and find out answers is to possibly go into nature, local park or anywhere where there's trees, birds. Nature tends to have a way of giving me answers quite quickly. Or not quite quickly, but quicker than being in my home where I'm constantly distracted by things, like the fridge or telephone calls. It's great when you can balance your emotions. You can have and attain everything you want because it will be coming, your response will not be coming from an emotional place of fear. It'll be coming from a place of wonder as opposed to fear. So, on that note, I am going to leave this one here. I hope you enjoyed it. It's, I'm working with myself from inside out, as you can see. It's all part of my healing also, so if I can heal myself whilst helping others to heal, it's win-win for me. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, please share, and please subscribe. And come back for more of my tidbits. Okay? Thanks for being here.